Welcome into Locker Room Sports Talk Extra. Thank you guys and gals for stopping by and hanging out with us today. We're glad that you decided to make us a little part of your Thursday evening Polish Day podcast. That's what we call this. The hay is in the barn, Dean, and this is you can't coach them no more.
No, not this week.
It's kind of done for the week. You got your plays in. Kids walk through and take care of business, and we'll see how it turns out tomorrow night.
Yeah, you can't do much more this week.
No, it's all too late. Now it's just time to.
You hear them stories about them teams going full gear and stuff on Thursday. I've never saw that though. I've heard stories, but I've never saw it.
I hadn't either.
So I don't. I'm sure they're true, but I had a guy tell me, full pads every Thursday. Back in the early 70s, he goes, no, we never did. We hit.
No, yeah, no. In the 60s, I know Daddy and them, he said they said, if I remember right now, he said, we'd have a day we'd just wear, like helmets or something. But
yeah.
Earlier in the season when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, your full dress is tackle every day.
Well, I know when Bullen was around, which was, late 80s, we never did nothing on Thursday. We walked through.
Yeah.
But not no full pay.
Yeah, I always kind of liked the idea of Coach Smith when he was at Piedmont. I heard a lot he would do Thursday morning.
They do it too, or they did at one time.
Did Thursday morning. And what that does, it frees up Thursday evening to go, have dinner with your family. I think that's what I heard him comment. I think that's what I heard him say.
Like 6 o'clock in the morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, come in an hour early and we're going to walk through everything. He'd do it out there in the front. And obviously it worked out for him.
Yeah, probably take some edge off too.
He won a few games over there.
Yeah. Well, you'd have basically 36 hours to think about it and get ready and get it off your mind a little bit during that time period. Sorry.
All right, guys. I'm glad y'all came by. Hey, if you hadn't subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button on YouTube. All it does is let you know when we come live Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Facebook. Hit the thumbs up over there. Or hit the little heart button, or hit the mad button if you don't like what we do. Tell us what you want to see, what you want to hear. We want you to talk about you follow high school. We're sick of this local crap.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. Don't do no college.
I guess
we do have people that don't like the college part.
Yeah, there's people who don't. And that's fine. So we just want to hear high school.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, we'll lead off with, I just got them in the random order here. Cherokee County will be at Hopes Bluff. Massey has them favored by 11. Players, put your fingers in your ears because you ain't nothing. You ain't deserved anything. Gotta keep them humble, keep them hungry.
You stink. We're ranked 14th in the nation, Coach. Huh?
Well, A.J. McCarron told a story when Alabama was announced to play LSU again for the title.
Uh-huh.
He said Nick never stayed with us in a hotel, and they had played that game. They had played a game or just did something. They're in the hotel. He said Nick comes out in the hall and goes crazy. Y'all are terrible. Y'all ain't got a clue what's fixing to happen to you. This team's already beat you once. This may be a curse that y'all could never get by. You are not ready to play this team.
I thought that was a death sentence for LSU when they did that.
But he knew that, but he had to do opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what good coaches do. You keep kids like, oh, man, are we really bad? Gosh, I thought we had a pretty good game today.
Gosh, when you're 11-1, you kind of know, you know what? I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
So, keeping on. Now, the thing is, Oaks Bluff coming off a loss, you got some stats and stuff to share with that. And with them coming off a loss and coming off a travel, and they may have got bit by that bug. Alexander Coach again, great coach. I think they're putting things together right now.
They're
Coach Bluff favored to win. Y'all should go up there. They may have got thinking about Cherokee County game.
Maybe looked ahead.
Maybe looking ahead. That could have been that. You see it a lot in college games.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have hangover from big win.
Well, I think that's probably what happened with Alabama.
It's got to be something. You had too many attaboys.
Mm.
Too many pats on the back. And just you don't think you have to play as hard.
They do.
So with Coach Kelly and Bunch traveling up there, I went out there yesterday and just hung out, talked to Mike a little bit, talked to Blake, and seemed like they had a good day of practice. They're ready, getting there, and we'll see the best team win there Friday night at Coach Rob.
Yeah.
Get his guys ready, coming off a loss, and Cherokee County coming off a win over Anniston. So, what do you think?
Well, I think it's Hope's Bluff lost by 1 point.
Yeah.
To Alexandria. I got the stats on that. It's 14-14 going into the fourth. Hope's Bluff got 2 scores, went up 20, missed the extra point, got up 27-14. You told me this part. Alexandria drove down and scored.
Yeah, late. I mean, just a minute. They kicked the onside kick.
27-21, got the onside kick, drove down, scored on the last play of the game, and kicked the extra point.
Focus. Man, I mean, that.
But Hope's Bluff had 318 yards rushing. I don't know if Center's seen a team capable of running for 318. Now, Center's great against the run.
I know, that's the matchup.
So that is I'm interested in that matchup. You got a team that averages, from what I've been told, 250. And you got a team that
averages giving up about a touchdown a game.
Maybe 50 yards rushing a game. Maybe 75, 50.
Yeah.
Not 100.
No.
And you got a team averaging 250. So somebody's going to buckle in that.
Yeah.
And I'm anxious to see which one.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, I'm excited for both teams. I hope we have a good game. No injuries. I don't see no more kids getting hurt. I've seen too many injuries. Speaking of injury, Embry, Dino's out of surgery, got all that done. Starkey went down to see him today. He's in high spirits and, be cheering for his team, and he'll be going through his recovery process. So wish him lots of prayers, because I had a young son that played, and I couldn't imagine the worry, because you worry every time they go out there, man. Especially when they play, especially a linebacker or a quarterback, where you're getting hit every play.
Right.
So best wishes to him and the family.
Heck, he had a good year.
Oh, great.
He had 1,900 or 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
And as little as he played.
Yeah. Cherokee County traveling down Hope's Bluff. I look for Coach Rob to get the guys locked back in. He can use that. When you have losses, coaches can use that as saying, hey, I told you.
Right.
I told you all week. You got to get locked in.
Well, obviously their line's good if they're averaging 250 yards rushing a game. Bryce Whitaker had 200 against Alexandria. 200 yard on 19 carries. So that's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Alexandria had 339. Hope Bluff's kind of got a bend but don't break defense. Looked like they had a little trouble with the pass against Alexandria. Maybe they did pretty good against the run.
Yeah, I think if Frampton and Mosley get hot, and they're going to be
receivers.
Yeah, they're hard to cover, man. I mean, we've seen them go against fast players. I mean, the kids at Anniston are extremely athletic and fast.
Right.
And they have trouble covering. They have trouble covering them guys.
Well, I'm like you. I think the matchup of the night is going to be the running game versus the center defense.
Yeah, that's what.
Got a very good running game against a very good defense. That, to me, that's the most interesting.
Right. That's the headline.
Yeah.
You would say. Now, things that you look at more deeply sometimes, or things I'll point out, like Tuesday, I did the college spot, things that make a difference in games that you don't think about, or fourth down stops, or special teams. A kickoff return here or there, or, somebody catches a lane. If you make somebody punt.
Right.
And you said there was no punts in that.
No punts in that game. The difference in the game was turnovers, and obviously the onside kick, but Hope Bluff had three interceptions. Yeah. And that's usually because he don't usually throw it a whole lot. No, I'm sure it was throwing down. You know what I mean?
Maybe in 3rd and 6, thought, well, we'll sneak one in here. Some kid read it well, jumped in. Well, that's
But I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup. But I agree with the line of 11.
And with them losing the game, it's some people say, well, it's lost its no, it's not. It's not lost luster because this is a regional game.
Maybe may have increased it.
Well, and it's going to play into effect for teams like Alexandria that still has to play Cherokee County.
Right. Well, look at.
I mean, they still got to play, so that makes that game. Like Alexandria's like, well, we got to win.
look at Cherokee County since
because
they lost their first game. They've been on a roll.
They're leading the region, you know, and they're ahead in the region. And with this, you know, win for them, will it? Does that mean they win the region? Well, with Hopes Bluff losing that game, no.
They'll definitely be in the driver's
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, you know, everybody's just got to continue to stay locked in. And I'll just say that.
Well, they'll just be, you know, if Hopes Bluff was to beat them, then they'll be winning the region.
Yeah.
There'll be Hopes Bluff will have to lose another one. If they don't, they'll win the region. So it's a must win for both teams.
Really, yeah. I mean, it still is. That's what I'm saying. Just because Hopes Bluff lost, well, they're not undefeated anymore. Well,
don't matter.
It does, yeah. It's still
because they'll have one region loss. Hopes Bluff will in the head-to-head against Cherokee County. It might be a three-way tie. I don't know how that'll work.
Now they've give up. They're 200 for and 83 against Pleasant Valley. Sorry,
Hopes Bluff.
Hopes Bluff is. They're 3-1 in the region right now. Let's see. It shows here by Stat Collective. They're 0-54 if they allow 30 points or more.
0-54.
Yeah.
They don't ever do that much.
Right.
They don't ever allow 30 much.
Right. Last in 2019 when they played, Hopes Bluff did win 28-27.
Yes, I remember that.
Cherokee County points forward against 239-67. What's up, Kahuna? Cherokee County's scored 239 and give up 67. Tristan Brown, a huge part of that. Not giving up.
77 tackles.
They're 4-0 in the region. Alexandria, like I said, they're 3-1. All-time record is 46-20, Dean, for the matchup, leaning Center's way. So, you know, that 1-point game, 2019, I wouldn't think it'd be that same, but you never know what might happen.
No, you don't.
I mean, we've just seen a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, in college and high school. And that diamond's going to be a factor on both sides. You know, I see where he's got 800 yards rushing, third in the area, you know, in this area in rushing. And, you know, that's 120 yards a game. And, of course, Hopes Bluff he's got 800. So you got two good backs. Well, actually, more than that is Woods back.
I think, yeah.
And there's another running back for Hopes Bluff that's pretty good. It's got a lot of yards, got 400 or 500. So that'll be a good one.
Yeah, looking forward to that game. We'll be down there Friday nights. Next game went over here this week. Congratulations again, Alex Beatty, 307 yards on 5 touchdowns. Their win against Ider. Went over there and checked them out the other day, and hung around out there. And he's running his offense, and he's running under the chute there, making them stay low. I just really enjoy. I don't know. There's just something old school about how he runs the ball.
No, he runs it,
and it's just fun to watch. There's people running all over the place. The backfield, you don't know where it's going. It's just I enjoy watching his practice.
Yeah, and they rush for a lot of yards.
Yeah,
I mean usually.
Now they've played 46 times, and Gillswood's 1-2 in the region. Last time they met in 2017, this group of guys were mostly probably, third, fourth, and fifth graders.
Yeah, fifth graders, probably fourth.
Yes, and it was Spring Garden won 49-12. I didn't know by class size. Spring Garden has 40 more students than I was just looking at numbers and stuff. I'm just trying to see how. So that's just kind of part of the numbers in the school. Now last week, actually, Raglan has Appalachian Friday also. So right now, this time you were talking about region matchups. This game, and along with that Raglan at Appalachian, is going to be huge.
That's a big game. Raglan's been rolling.
I know they had a win over by the head, 20-7, and Spring Garden beat App last week, 46-21. Now Spring Garden's points for and against 302 and 74. If Spring Garden scores 30 or more, they're 113-2.
Pretty good record.
What about that?
Sounds like one of Saban's stats or something.
Gainesville, if they've scored 30, they're 54-6.
Well,
Gill's
defense.
They've had 3 10-win seasons, and Spring Garden's had 6 10-win seasons. Spring Garden's favored by a lot. It's a 1A Region 8 lock up there. They're 4-0 in the region, 7-0 overall.
And winning by an average of
30, 35.
33, so. Yeah.
And they're favored by a lot. I think for the game, Nat would want to do what he's going to do. He's going to snap it very late.
Mm-hmm.
Try to control the clock. If they don't have the ball, they can't score.
Exactly.
And just, try to play tough and up on the line. And Big Jacob is a mess
he's hard to deal with.
Yeah, he's just going to try to make a mess in the backfield. And John is on the other side.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
So what do you, okay.
Yeah. It's just running right up the middle.
Yeah, then you got Driscoll and Woods and all these guys.
Yeah.
They're all making 8-10 tackles a game.
Mm.
Their front three are a great unit. They really work together well. Spring Garden, they're the front three up there. And then you got John and Jacob on the ends.
Yeah, they're tough.
And they don't – whoever throws the ball against them is not usually very successful. And offensively, like I said, they've scored 302 points this year, so they're winning by average of nearly 6 touchdowns. So you get Connor to run the ball a lot. John's going to run it. Noah may pull it down and run it. Sadler may play this week.
Yeah, Sadler.
Bump on his knee.
He's been hurt a little bit. He's got 300 or 400 yards. Of course, John got 400.
Yeah.
And Connor's got, 850?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll go. He may go over 1,000.
Yeah, he got a shot at it. And Bailey's has gone over 1,000. He's already at 1,100.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see how the Fighting Naps do over there. But this team's it's interesting because this group of that age don't really know they ain't played in so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't realize it'd been 7 years.
It's been a long time. So, but their history, I told you they played.
Used to play all the time.
Yeah, 46 times because, back in the day,
mm-hmm.
we were all in that area.
Right.
Gaston, Sandrock, and these two teams.
Valley
Head. That was Area 13.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much, and it was usually Sandrock and Cedar Bluff, usually.
Collinsville being there every now and then. Mm-hmm. I remember that one year. I went and watched Cedar Bluff and Collinsville play, and it come down the wire, and it was for the area championship. Collinsville 1-1. And that back then, this was early 80s, just one team win,
Probably your senior year may have been, we were junior high, and I think we had Mr. Myrick and David and them coach. And I remember the JV team playing Collinsville some.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, same thing, guys. Good luck to both teams. And we just don't want to get bummed up right now. That's the main thing.
Yeah, no, not this late in the season.
No. Next on the list, the Fighting Cranes over here at Cedar Bluff Dean, 2-2 in the region against 3-0 in the region at Pisgah, Coach Pruitt and Bunch. First of all, I'll say it's 2A Region 7. Shout out to Coach Pruitt. I heard from parents from Sandrock.
Mm-hmm.
Classy guy. They're up against Sandrock, games in hand, and he rolls in his young guys.
Right.
To let them play. And the people were impressed with him doing that.
Right. Did it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't feel like he needed to,
Yeah, let's add one more.
No. Yeah. So that's, first of all, you always want to say that 245 and they give up 76 Pisgah has.
They're playing good. That's an understatement. They beat 5. They beat Randolph School 29-0. They beat Sandrock. That's a tough matchup.
They're 3-1-1 all time versus Cedar Bluff.
Heck, I didn't know they'd ever play.
Yeah, 2001 they beat them 28-24.
Huh.
The rest of their games, this is how the rest of their region is going to kind of lay out. They're going to be at Gaston, host North Sand Mountain, and host Sylvania. Side note, they're 18-12 versus Georgia teams. Thought that was interesting.
Wow. Yeah, I knew they played our Murchie.
That's pretty interesting fact.
Before
Cedar Bluff is 20 and 22 against Georgia teams.
Now Cedar Bluff always used to a lot. Played. I think my last year we played 2 Georgia teams, and then the next year they played 1 or 2. And
was it
played Redbud one time?
I remember seeing them on the schedule.
Played Temple.
Yes,
they just started up.
Are they even still?
Oh yeah, they're better. They're pretty good now. I mean, I'll admit it. They wasn't real good.
Where is that at?
Temple's close to Carrollton.
Okay.
And then I remember one year they played East Paulding or somebody.
How did that? I wonder how that game even come about.
Jeff Nelson.
Okay.
Was helping out down there, and I'm assuming that's how it got.
I got a connection there. Hey, look, if Cedar Bluff has, if they've scored 30, they're 148-9.
Teams don't get beat much if they score 30.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. Last week they did take a bad loss, 19-20. So we'll see how this turns out. So Pisgah is favored, I think by 2 touchdowns or so. And with it being up there, it's going to be a hard task.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good squad. Quarterback is really good. You got a tailback that's run for 3,000 over the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He's going to finish with 4,000 yards career.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough task for them to go up there. Cedar Bluff's young team, young staff, and they're figuring it out. And it's just part of that. It's just part of the process and where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
You just try to keep winning and trying to win and competing.
Right.
That's that. You just don't want to give up. So we wish our Tigers lots of luck going there and being safe and safe travels.
I was kind of bothered by their loss last week because we had been told and was reported that on the one side that they won.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, wow.
Well, it was late. It was because I was getting 19-12. They was winning. I got a text back again from somebody else, 19-12 again.
Oh, and it was already 10:30, wasn't it?
Wow, that's awesome. Then I'm up, and then somebody texted me when they got home, like at 1, and it's like there's no service. I was in and out up there, so I didn't get to text you till I got back home, which I done found out. I done heard the final anyway. I got on.
Well, that's what happened. Is it never went final, but it stayed 19-12 on there.
And people just assumed
that it was a victory. I mean, who wouldn't? And,
now, being part of that region, and how that 2A Region 7, I think Pleasant Valley and Gaston play, and you feel like, well, Gaston's been on a building journey for a while, but in their rivalry, they're 7-7.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gaston used to be pretty stout.
So, you kind of just assume, well, Pleasant Valley's, playing pretty good right now. I think that, beat Gaston.
Yeah.
Wow, they're 7-7.
7-7, and they
played 14 times. So that just tells you, you still got to show up and play. So, Tigers have for and against is 121 and give up 217. So go up there and give it your best.
Yeah, just give it your best. You never know what'll happen. I thought Sandrock played them admirably.
Yeah.
And
just keep your head down and keep learning and keep trying and play hard. Play for each other. And seniors, just enjoy.
Yeah, you ain't got
No.
many more left. You ain't nobody does.
No.
Nobody. Even the state title winner. Well, they got 7.
Yeah.
7 to 8. Maybe. Yeah. 7 games. 8.
Yeah, we're kind of winding into that. We're figuring out now. This
Halfway
week
over. Yeah.
will give us a big shot at region who's who in the region, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of who's 1 and 2. Now, there's some regions up in other levels that, we could talk about. Like 5A, I think Leeds and Moody, that's going to be, and they play this week.
Yeah, I saw that. What about Gunnersville? Well, you'll get into that in a minute. Well, that looked like a good one. Scottsboro and Gunnersville.
Yeah, that'd be we need a helicopter, man.
That'd be a good one.
We've got to get a helicopter.
Collinsville, Sylvania. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'd have to fly over to Gunnersville.
Dean, Coach Miller and bunch has just been riding right along on the old win train. Piedmont.
Yeah, undefeated. They'll
be hosting J.B. Pennington over there. J.B. Pennington has scored 268, and they've given up 171. They're 3-2 in the region, 5-2 overall. So they're hanging in that middle right there. All-time record with them at 44-14. Last time they played. Points for and against Piedmont 271 to 100. Piedmont has had 21 10-win seasons.
Wow. 21. Steve had about 10 probably.
Yeah, at least.
Maybe more.
The rest of their schedule, here's how it lays out, folks. Piedmont. At Weaver, host Welborn, and they're at Glencoe.
Welborn undefeated.
I know.
I'm interested in that Welborn match. I didn't know. I didn't realize Welborn was undefeated. What is Piedmont's record? 6-0 or 7?
7-0.
That JB Pennington, so they still got 2 tough games.
Mm-hmm. I think Piedmont League holds the wins against them mostly. Against them. So, hey, you just go there and same thing, man. Just milk your chin strap and let's just play football and give it all we got.
Yeah, they've had a very good year. Won last week, beat Locust Forward, scored 60. I didn't hear any details about the game. According to the stats, Pinto caught 1 pass for -3 yards. That don't sound right.
Yeah, I've seen some the highlights on Holder and on Johns.
Mm-hmm.
They had some cameras down there, and they just kind of scored every time they had the ball.
Right. And they might have run it, They run it.
They did. They ran the ball some. Stone, I think, ran the ball, and Dino getting hurt kind of earlier, I think it was it after halftime, guys? I think it was after halftime. Scottsburg Gunners will be a good game. Yeah, we'll talk about
Gunners. Yeah. I think that's going to be fantastic.
Yes. So Piedmont host J.B. Pennington, and we talked about our other local games. Coach Heath, it's tough, man. He's got
idle. No idle monster. Galesville had them last week.
They barely pulled out.
They don't give out. They don't get scored on much.
So good luck to Sandrock.
2-0.
Oh, bye. 1-0.
Oh, 1-0.
Allocation.
I think now
those are 1 yard.
I think now they've decided that if somebody forfeits and you don't play the game, I think the official scores 2-0 now. I may be wrong. I saw where IMG had beat somebody 2-0. There's no way that's right. I mean, no way they took the field. Of course, IMG plays that. They're playing in Missouri this weekend.
Yeah.
Or Illinois or somewhere.
Yes. Let's see here. I'm going to show you this. Yeah, right, here we go. These are some other high school games around the nation. There's some college fixing to come on here in just a little bit too. Western Kentucky. There's like 3 good games on. We'll talk about it at the end of the show just to give you who's playing. If you're interested in some other high school games, and then we'll go through our state here. Dean, we got Alabama's #1 quarterback, Keelan Russell, plays at Duncanville, ranked number 4 in the nation. Friday, they will be at DeSoto, 4-1. That'll be a
I read today where
game.
DeSoto's ranked.
Yes.
In the nation, right?
17th.
And what's Duncanville? 4th?
Yeah, 4. And the #1 team in the nation, Mater D, out of Santa Ana, California. They're looks like they're 5-0. Friday night they will be at Servit, which is another team out there in California, ranked 19. St. Thomas Aquinas, I love watching them. Oh my God, they're playing Shamadon Badana.
That'll be a good one.
Where is that going to be at?
Let's go.
I guess it's right now. Usually the second team is at. So St. Thomas Aquinas was going to travel. Let's see, Fort Lauderdale to they're going to travel.
Nevada?
No, they're both in Florida.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about Bishop Gordon.
Yeah. They're out west. I think Fort Lauderdale is north of Hollywood, Florida. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, that you talking about high school rope-a-dope.
Mm-hmm.
St. Thomas versus Chaminade Madonna.
Chaminade Madonna.
Where did that name come from?
I don't know. It sounds like a Catholic name.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're all some type of
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Never seen so many spiritual people that love football. Have you? Catholics love their football. And then Saturday, here's a Saturday game. American Heritage ranked right outside the top 25 in the nation. In Plantain, Florida, they'll be traveling up to Miami. Well, they won't be. I doubt they'll be playing in Miami.
I want you to look at something, Matt. Look at the number 14 team down there.
Let's see here.
I was going to tell you something about them.
Milton, Georgia is going to be playing over at Gainesville, Georgia.
That'll be a good one.
Coach Niblett, Friday night. That'll be a good game. Coffee, Georgia Dean's going to be traveling over Lee County over in Georgia Friday night. Be a good one. Bishop Gorman out of Nevada. You mentioned them. They're going to travel, play the team right there in state. Arbor View. Don't know about them. And Orange Lutheran will be hosting Jurassic Catholic, which is a team out of California. Also, Arizona's team Hamilton will also play in-state. Basha and then St. Francis Academy, I do know about them. They're up north in Maryland. They'll be playing a team out of New Jersey called Hun. It's in Princeton, New Jersey. That Princeton, New Jersey team, they're one of the teams that's like they average like 40 points a game. It's one of those teams. Like they have one of those nationally average scoring.
I was noticing where team in a medium size, I want to say a town about like Center, maybe Fort Payne up in Kentucky is ranked 14. Boyle County public school got about 700 kids, 600 or 700, ranked 14th in the nation. I mean, it's not a prep team, nothing like that. It's just a normal school, but they drill everybody.
Yeah. So what's some
the ones I was interested in?
Yeah, something you got locked up here that you think may be
well, I'm interested. Okay, I'll start with give me a start up and go down.
Whatever.
I'll start 6A. Gadsden City, Fort Payne.
Fort Payne. Gadsden City favored by 2 in that one.
5-1. Fort Payne 4-2. Fort Payne's been playing a lot better, but I would think Gadsden City would be the favorite in that.
Favored by 2. Yeah, go on that probably.
But Fort Payne has improved since the first of the year when they lost to Scottsboro 31-6. They still got some players out though. I think one of their big time receivers is hurt, so it's hurt them. Another one, obviously Scottsboro and Gunnersville.
Yes.
6-1 Scottsboro. Who beat Scottsboro?
I
don't even remember.
Arab
beat Scottsboro.
When is that the big game for the weekend? It was
okay. Now Scottsboro has just been drilling folks.
No, it was Central Clay that weekend. Remember?
Oh yes, never mind.
35-21.
Yes, 35-21.
Yeah.
Central Clay obviously undefeated. Sticking with the higher class, I'll still go 4A now. Gordo 6-1 versus Vinemont 6-1. Be a good one. Gordo, which I think is a favorite in 4A. I mean, I think Gordo's going to be a hard out.
Mid-third quarter when Dino went out.
Mid-third quarter. You like that game, Gordo versus Vinemont?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, but I think Gordo in the end will come out on top.
Yeah, that'd be
both 6-1.
Yeah, that's there's a lot of there's plenty of games, but when you look at the records of the teams that are playing, like there's a lot of. I mean, I could go through it here.
There's a ton.
There's a lot of 5-1 versus
1-5. I noticed that.
A lot.
I noticed that today.
A lot of them. There's not very many.
There's an ungodly amount.
Like 5-0 versus 6-1. There's not a lot of those at all.
Well, I looked through that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 7 games here. Like Matt said, there's 193 games according to Max Preps. 100 of them are stuff like that.
Yeah, I got
7-0 versus 2-5.
10 games here, and some of them are winless teams that are going to play.
Yeah,
I just wrote them down because somebody's going to get a win.
Somebody's going to get a win.
Yeah.
You like the Jackson versus Orange Beach?
Yes, Jackson though is favored by a lot.
Really?
28
over Orange Beach.
Yes, they're 5-2, and Jackson is 6-1 right now.
Now, is Philip Rivers the coach at Orange Beach? He's coached somewhere down there.
I think is he at St. Paul?
It might be St. Paul.
Is it St. Paul? Somebody told us last week. I think it was St. Paul.
But it's not Orange Beach, right? You think Jackson's probably the best team in the South, don't you?
Yeah, they're ranked high for 4A South. Yeah, yeah. Look, here's just the hard truth is they got the only tailback in the state that's ranked in a 2026 class.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even graduate. He's next year.
Yeah, what's his last name?
Corral. Ezekiel Corral.
Wow.
He's only running back in the state ranked in the top 300, and he's just a junior. Maybe a sophomore.
Plus that guy Duckworth.
And then the quarterback, he looks like that Nico Amalava.
Yeah.
He looks like real tall, athletic. So, they're favored by a lot over Orange Beach. What about Saraland? It's going to be at St. Paul. Saraland's favored by 9.
Should be a good one.
Now, also in 6A.
St. Paul, though, at there.
This is something that's next week. And I know I shouldn't shoot too far ahead, but when I seen this is going to be this will be one of the bigger games in the state, no crap. Clay Jalt was going to be at Oxford.
I
mean, we're talking about 1 and 2 in the region.
Yeah.
That'll be who wins that game's going to win that region.
Win the region. It is a big one.
Clay Chalkville at Oxford next week. Don't ride over there at Oxford Friday night.
Yeah.
I don't think
Clay Chalkville, yeah.
Ain't even here.
I've done that before.
Oh, no.
No, a long time ago I was told. And they were playing. The team was playing, but they were not playing.
The team you thought.
I asked the guy, and he's like, no, I meant that for later, next week. And I'm like,
this next week, guys, Clay at Oxford. You talking about Leeds being at Moody?
Oh, my God.
Moody's favored by 17, man.
Against Leeds?
Yeah. That's what Massey has.
Now, Leeds is rolling this year, too, right?
Yeah.
What's their record?
I think they're undefeated. I'm pretty sure they are.
I know that the state and
they're not. I'm sorry, they're 6-1.
A lot of people in this state, especially media people, are real high on Moody, who's obviously good. Moody lost to Oxford by 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
You went to that game, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just kind of
ticky-tack all. It was very good.
All night long.
Mm-hmm.
Mars Hill was at Elkmont. This is a team that I'm keeping an eye on them, Dan. They ain't lost. I mean,
no, they're hammering.
They're 6-0, 3A Region 7. They've scored 242. They've given up 63 points. Okay, talking about Mars Hill. So y'all better keep an eye on them because that region consists of them, Rogers, Lauderdale County, and Sheffield, Culver Heights. And Elkmont is 1-3. That's why I didn't write it down.
Right,
they're going to be favored by 20.
What do you like this Collinsville-Sylvania matchup?
Yeah, I'd
that's for both 4 and 2.
Yeah.
Now they're in there with 5, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. So 5 Collinsville-Sylvania. Who else is in that region? Plainview.
Yeah.
That's a big game. I mean, really, whoever wins that could get a home game.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
Let's see. Let's see who all's in that. Who's in that region?
Both 4 and 2, but it's at Sylvania. Collinsville's still young, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of 3A Region 8.
Mm-hmm.
5 Sylvania, Geraldine.
Oh gosh, that's a tough region.
Collinsville, Whitesburg, Holly Pond, Brindley, and Asbury. So it's the top.
What's the Geraldine?
Those top 4, those they're tough. That's a real top heavy region.
I forgot about Geraldine being in there.
Yeah.
And
5 still undefeated in region play.
And there's Collinsville. What are they right now?
2-2 in region, 4 and 2 overall.
I mean, they're good. They got a good football team. And they've lost 2 region games. That lets you know how good that region is.
It's tough. They got rest of the way. They got Burnley Mountain, Holly Pond, Valley Head. So, yeah, I mean, computer-wise, they're going to probably favor those games.
Yes. Yeah.
So
they get a chance to get that. Well, still, third. Whoever wins this game will probably get third.
Be 5-2 in region. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it looks like Geraldine's going to get. Well, Geraldine. When does Geraldine and 5 play? Or have they already played? You know, that's been a big time matchup for the last few years.
They played them in 2 weeks.
That'd be a good one.
They got Brindley Mountain, then they got Whitesburg, then 5, then they play Douglas.
Oh.
That's Geraldine's, the rest of the Geraldine schedule. So these regions are, this week.
Yeah.
This week and then next week for sure. Like I told you about the Oxford Clay game. Glencoe's at Sachs. Sachs 2-5. They're favored by 11 over 1-5. Glencoe, Hale County's 5-1. They're going to be at 6-0 Thomasville.
Thomas was good.
Well, Hale County's 5-1. I went through and seen how they've been, roping right along. Like, why is Thomasville favored by so much? It's Hale County's won. They won 5 games.
Right.
They're favored by 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, they're just that. We'll find out a lot about them if they hammer them too, which they've hammered everybody.
Yeah, this is a real. The bracket is out. You can find it, go there and type it on HSA or online. So like assuming kind of what you see right now, if the region ended today, there's a bracket already out. Okay. You can look at it, and people y'all can sign in over there and take a look at it. 0-5 Red Bay is at 0-6 Tharptown, so somebody's going to get them a win.
Wow, Red Bay's over.
Never heard of that.
No,
they're favored by 30 in that game.
Tharptown. I don't know where Tharptown is. I'll be honest. I've heard of it.
Is that the team that we interviewed that coach and the boys down there?
That was Thorsby.
Thorsby. I like them, boy. They played hard.
Yeah, it was Thorsby.
Thorsby. If y'all are listening from down there, them daggone boys, they're like, yeah.
I don't know where.
That
coach I'm not 100%
good coach.
Know where Thorsby, but you said I remember you telling me you were impressed.
Down 65 there. They're kind of right in that belt. I was just, and I know kids when I see how kids play. I don't care if they lose it. Them kids play hard. Thorsby. So shout out to them. They had a tough squad. West End's favored. Dean at Eider. They're 0-6 right now, so they are in 1A. Dean, tell us about this one. You know what I'm fixing to say.
Raglan Appalachian?
No, that's number 2.
Brantley Florala.
That's a good game too.
That is a good one.
That's a good one, but that's not it.
Uh-oh. Did I miss one?
Yeah, you missed it.
How? I looked at that thing 3 times. I can't see no more. Oh, yes, Wadley at Lee Scott. Yes, you told me about that one. That's one of the top 5 games in the state.
That's got to be. Now, I know most people. It's 1A football. Nobody care about just seeing people run the ball. What's the final going to be, 12-6? Oh, gosh. There's just people that like that. And that's fine. You can like that 55 to 47 games. That's cool.
I like it in the middle.
I'll take a 20 to 21 game over a 57 to 58.
No 57. Of course, one of the best games I went to was 77-51.
Oh,
it was just Parish and Cedar Bluff.
Scoring. Oh, that's when they had that quarterback.
Yeah. It was just Cole Peace was playing for. Heck, Cedar Bluff had 600 yards.
That's when Steve was there.
Yeah. But the running back for Parish had 300. So Cole threw for 400. It was fun to watch.
Now Wadley's favored by 2 touchdowns this game. What about that?
That shocks me.
That really
because Lee Scott's for real.
Really shocks me.
They're for real, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won that game because they've not had
2 touchdowns.
Neither team's had any trouble with anybody.
Well, I don't know how the computer could.
It's both of them undefeated.
Let me look at something right here because I just want to find out.
I mean, Lee Scott's in the same family and kind of reminds me of Glenwood.
They are. That's who they've played for the championship every year.
Yeah.
Back and forth. That's who plays it. Then the private sector.
And they beat Randolph County 68-40.
private schools. Now they're out of that private bunch, and they're out here in the public realm. They're beating the tar out of people.
Oh, bad. Both teams.
Uh,
how good were they in that private league? I bet they never even had a close game. Either one of them.
Wadley, Coach Motley.
Yeah, we found out the other day his dad was the coach at long-time coach at Munford.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Wadley and Lee Scott Academy have never met, so that's why the computers, because they're taking. You know how computers work.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take Wadley 326 to they give up 62. Okay.
Yeah.
So you remember those numbers. Just remember that. Put that in your dang bank.
Yeah,
326 to 62. All right. And Coach Daniel over here, they are 158 and 106 scoring.
Who have they lost? Who they lost to? Lee Scott.
Randolph County 21 to 44.
That was it.
Yeah, and Dade will beat them by 3.
Okay, they've had a tough schedule, and Wadley's not lost.
They beat Excel, Locopocha, Childersburg, and Ballou.
Okay. Well, they're still good though. I mean, Childersburg's 4A.
They didn't lose. Wait a minute, that don't sound right.
Yeah, Dadeville did beat them. I remember that.
Okay, no, that was Glenwood that beat Randolph County. Sorry, I thought it was Lee. It's not. Okay.
Glenwood beat Randolph County by.
Just doing rough math in the computer, 158 to 106.
They played a tougher schedule than Wadley, though.
Going up against.
Well, Wadley.
326 to 62. The computer's thinking, well, Wadley scored a lot of more points, so they're putting numbers on Wadley.
Who else Wadley beat, if you don't mind me asking?
B.B. Comer by 30, Horseshoe Bend by 50, Fayetteville by 50, Donahoe by 50, Victory Christian by 50, and Woodland by 30-something.
So this will be their toughest matchup so far.
Yeah.
Who they got left after that?
They're Idle. Then they play Winterburg, and they're off the last.
And Winterburg's had a good year.
They don't have
how many yards though.
Winterburg's undefeated right now.
Wheels has. Yeah. Winterburg is?
Yeah.
Wow.
They got Woodland, and they're off, and they got Wadley. Their last game in Childersburg. They could be. That could be their only loss. Very likely that Winterburg's only loss would be.
Wow.
Will be them.
Now, of course, y'all know Wadley's running back's going to has committed to Penn State. That don't mean he's going.
Oh yeah, no. And let's see, this weekend, Winterburg all time they're playing Woodland. They're 6-9 against them all time. Well, that Wadley Lee Scott game, I don't think Coach Motley. I don't think they will. I'm sure it'll be standing room only.
I wouldn't think there would be many available seats.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Another one I like, Matt, is, of course, we've already talked about Raglan and Appalachian. Yeah. This is 3A. I like Wilburn. I did not realize Wilburn. And congrats to Namath Pitts. He's from Wilburn. Huge Wilburn fan. I feel bad for him. They hadn't done well in the last few years.
Yeah, now
he's been their guy.
He's up north now.
Now he's gone, and they're 6-0, which that's not his fault.
Namath, you were the bad luck charm. They finally figured out what the curse was. It was Pitts.
Well, if he's, I bet that's tearing him up.
Oh, I know he wants to be there.
And Ohatchie's a scoring machine. So, I mean, I could possibly see an upset. And I like this Raglan's on fire, and Appalachian, that's a good game. That's a good matchup. I'm anxious to see who wins that.
A little one-sided.
All I've got there as far as.
There's one or two more here. It's kind of one-sided, you think, but I know Highland Home is just drumming people.
Oh my gosh!
But Dane Laverne shows up, plays football most of the time. They'll pop pads with you.
I'm looking at.
Won't they?
See which one. Yeah, Laverne. You can. I mean, you got to be able to count on that team. They'll go up there and hit. And Laverne could. I don't think they'll win, but I don't think that'll be a beatdown.
And then also in 2A, Venice at Aliceville. Now, I know Aliceville's 3-3, and people are thinking, just there's some good games there.
What about this North Jackson Plainview? North Jackson 5-1. Yeah. I didn't realize Hanley Tallahassee. That's a good one.
Tallahassee they hadn't had the greatest year.
I like this Oak Grove, Bibb County, 5-1, 6-1.
Well, and listen, Marion County, I know they have times where they come in and out of the playoffs, but usually when we were kicking around and Marcus was younger and playing, Marion County was the team. Them in Pickens County, that's where the state championship run through. It was there, one of them two, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, they're playing Lynn. Lynn's 6-1 right now. I mean, I don't think Marion County's type of team just going to roll over and say, all right, here comes Lynn. Let's just not play tonight.
We watched Marion. You remember the first game we ever went to together was Marion and Pickens. God, what a game.
Oh, no, it just back and forth all night.
Kickoff returns for touchdowns. There's probably, what do you think, 600 yards rushing in the game.
Yeah.
Not a lot of passing. We got to see Pooh Bear play.
Yeah.
They did not win that game.
What about Verbania being 6-0?
Wow.
What?
Wow. What are they ranked? Yeah, they're ranked number 10. Play Otago Academy, who's 5-1.
Yeah. What about that?
That'd be a good one.
So people down there, those are.
I like the Brantley, which we already talked about.
Good 1A matchup.
Brantley and Florala.
Yeah,
Florala. I don't know how you say
Florida, Alabama.
And that's some. I didn't see any real 3A. Of course, Gordo and Vinemont. That'd be a good one.
Carver and Montgomery is going to be at Central Phoenix, both 5-1, big school football.
T.R. Miller, number 1, playing XL 4-2, but I don't think nobody can play with
Central Phoenix and Carver. That will be a highly talented game. Yeah, what I mean. There's going to be people walking around there that's going to play D1 football.
Oh gosh, yeah, definitely.
Central at Carver, because both those schools have players going to Auburn and Alabama.
Carver's doing very well this year too. What's their record?
It's 5-1.
Okay. They've had a good year.
Yeah.
And Carver, if anybody knows, it's right on 65.
Yeah, they got players going to Auburn and Alabama too.
Nice school.
Yeah.
Right on the interstate. Which obviously you can't turn off the interstate into the parking lot.
Yeah, Dane said he could turn off right here.
Just go right over the guide wire.
Kind of fool clown show they run it down.
You just got to turn right in, run over that fence.
We'll finish with this.
Hey, it's getting down to the wire, though.
Yeah.
We got some
interesting high school games this weekend. Again,
but I agree with you. There was a lot of bad matchups.
And there's a lot of 5-0 versus 1-4.
I got to looking at it today or yesterday, and I'm like, none of these games are going to be close.
Yeah.
In high school, college is different.
When I went down to the pick-em scores,
a
lot of them were 27, 21, 14, 18, 28. And I'm like, good Lord.
No, yeah, I know.
Then you have some of those. I try to pick the ones that are like 6, 8, 10, 2, 5.
Right. Well, we got the better matchups. Collinsville, Sylvania's good one. Obviously, Scottsboro Gunners, Kansas City, Fort Payne. All those are good matchups.
Yeah.
Oaks Bluff Center, which that's a local. That is a good matchup. Both of them being 6-1 or 5-1, 1-6-1.
I don't know. They ain't no telling Wayne. Shama Madonna. That may be what he was talking about earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I got it mixed up with Gorman. Gorman's the one in Nevada.
Yes.
Okay.
Bishop Gorman, they have kids all over. Let's look at this and let's get off here. We need to get under here, get out of here. We'll look at this for about 3 minutes. Tonight, if you want to watch the football coming on tonight, Dean, Coastal Carolina is going to be at James Madison.
Oh my gosh,
it's going to be coming
fantastic.
It'll be on here in about 30 minutes. ESPN2 guys, Middle Tennessee at Louisiana Tech. That's a 4.5% point differential margin. James Madison is favored by 8 in the other game, and then you got UTEP at Western Carolina. Now Western K is favored by 20. That'll be the 7:00 game. But on ESPN2 right now, it's fixing to come on here in just a little bit.
No, James Madison's good.
They
lost last weekend. I tell you what now. I'll say this about college football. A lot of teams are losing. A lot of teams are dropping games.
Why do you think so? I'll tell you why.
Parity. You think they're just even?
Well, some people like parity, and old goats like me like watered down.
Yeah.
It's just different verbiage.
Right.
Not saying that people are wrong if you say parity, because the portal is just.
You think it's just even things up?
Let's just water down football. Let's just think about the quarterbacks coming out this year. Last year, I think you had a pretty good anomaly with Jaden Daniels. He's done well at Washington.
Oh, gosh, he's doing great.
Joe Burrow has had a good year. They played, Super Bowl playoffs. He had a good squad. But look at this Carson Beck.
Carson's probably not going to start on a pro team.
No,
he's
not good.
I don't know if Milroe will.
I'm trying to tell people, man, it's just not good. And Milroe, he's not where's he going to go?
I don't think
he'll have to be a special type of situation for him to play some. He has picked it up. If DeBoer came 3 years ago, yeah, I think Milroe been better.
You think there's a ton of pro? You think Dart will start on the pro team or be a star?
Dude, when he has to move their feet, these guys have a lot of trouble. Yeah, we're analyzing Dart because he played Smotherton College. Played Palm Branch Casino down there in South Nevada. So they ain't played nobody. Watch they play LSU this weekend. I got LSU winning that game. Okay? I'm just saying I think it's watered down. I don't think college football it's been that way it's been coming for some time, and it's just how it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, you just think a lot of teams are just even.
Well, you can kind of just move and go, and I ain't waiting no year. Nick Saban say, hey, you want to come here and get a ring? You may not play, but you're going to get a ring. Come play. Okay, I'll come. And they'll stay. Kids don't care. They ain't going to stay
no, they're not doing that anymore.
Tomorrow night, if you want to see Northwestern at Maryland, UNLV is at Utah State. Utes will be at Arizona State. South Carolina, Bama, we did all these.
That's 11.
I did all these Tuesday. Yeah. 11 o'clock, Bama now. I want to see if Clemson can bounce back. I think they beat Wake Forest.
I want to see how Alabama responds.
Yeah, me too.
After hearing a bunch of crap this week.
There's some other games. Don't type in ESPN schedules.
I'm actually anxious to see how Vandy responds.
Yeah, Kentucky will beat them by 2 touchdowns.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Florida at Tennessee.
I don't doubt. I think that might be a good game.
Ohio State's at Oregon. I talked about that one. Ole Miss, LSU, I broke that one down. Iowa State at West Virginia. Don't be
surprised at the Mountaineers upset them.
Don't go crazy, guys. If Uncle Matt here told you that.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
Iowa State may not be undefeated Saturday evening. But yes,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah. All right, let's get off here, and we'll see how the Tide responds, rolls back. I think Kentucky will be fine because Kentucky has film.
Yeah.
Now on
that game.
Well, yeah. See, nobody had film on Vanderbilt on those plays because they never ran them.
Yeah, they hadn't been running the shuffle pass.
Never.
Oh, that was a good play call.
Never. They were the same packages. And Tim Smith said this. He said they had same packages. He's a defensive lineman, plays up there with Keenan. He said we've seen this lineup, their package. He said that's like 4 plays. Never seen those. We've never seen them in film.
Pretty good coaching.
So Womac's like X-ray. So
they're fixing to run this.
So they X-ray line up, and then it goes back, and then they're like. So Malachi's like.
So the chess match got one. This chess match got won by Vandy.
Kai's throwing his mouthpiece. He's going, you can't even get the play in on time. We're trying to get what you want us to line up, and you're not. The time you get it out here, they're snapping the ball because it's taking so long because you're trying to figure what they're doing because you've never seen it. So
now most people are not.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't think most people have a problem with Moore and his coach getting into it. I think that was more of him kicking that football.
No, the only problem I don't care about none of it. I mean, I like he's got balls enough.
You can't kick.
He's got enough balls to say that I'm passionate. I care about this team. I'm the captain of this team.
Right.
And I'm pissed because we didn't play good. I'm PO'd. This is not the standard that we have here at Alabama. Some other schools are okay with losing 4 or 5 games a year. We're not here. Call us crybabies, call us spoil sports. Bama's used to winning. But what I do not like is when your coach says, you're off. Get your butt over here. You don't disrespect your coach. Don't do that.
Well, the only thing I have with the game, and you watched it, and you know it's the truth, just Vanderbilt was more physical.
Yes, period.
And we watched a replay where Campbell just sat there.
The dude just drilled
and waited on the running back, and the running back drove him
into the end zone.
He waited. When does he ever wait?
They just thought they could go show up.
Oh my gosh, I really believe they did.
They did. You can see it. Mississippi State will be at Georgia.
He's not coached to wait.
Look for that upset to go down. Mississippi State by field goal.
Yeah, quit. Oh, I thought not into that for a second.
Mississippi State by field goal. You heard it here.
And I wouldn't be shocked if LSU was upset on it.
I think it would.
I could. I wouldn't be shocked.
Because I don't know. Not everybody said this, and I guess some people's missed it on the injury report. Tay Harris probably not playing tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he's got 52 passes. 52. Ryan Williams has got 20, and he's going to be he's talked about this guy's caught 52. He caught 11 against Kentucky when they got beat.
I think they hang with him. I think Nuss is good. Nuss is throw for just as many yards and touchdowns and picks as Shedeur Sanders.
Oh my!
You're talking about some stats. Just go. People are just loving Shedeur. Put him and Shedeur and Nuss next to each other. Just go. It's like 1,600, and one other one that's got like 1,690. They're close. Both of them's got like 18 touchdowns, 2-3 picks.
We both like Nussmeier, and we've been vindicated. Somebody may say, you know what, them guys might be right on that because he's done well.
And where I was wrong,
he's done well. I've been wrong in several places.
North Carolina State. Ollie Gordon III. Dude, he was up for the Player of the Year last year.
I've been wrong on Arkansas and Vandy.
Nobody had Vandy. And Vandy's season ain't over yet. They're fixing to probably lose the rest of their games.
I mean, they could.
They don't have hangover. They're fired up about. They dumped their pole in the fire. They dumped their darn field goal in the river. They're still going to be jacked up on Mountain.
Yeah. Now I hope they go bowling, but they're going to have a tough time.
The trick to Vanderbilt is this, and most people don't know this. Coach Hale, Mexico State, that's there with Coach Lee.
Yeah.
That brought the quarterback with him.
Yeah.
He's known in the coaching circle. Ask coaches from JUCO leagues and small D2 colleges. Go ask, just say, hey, tell me about John Hale. Oh, let me tell you about what he done over here at so-and-so, Colorado State. Let me tell you what he done down there at North Union College. Wow, you're talking about turning a team around. They'd won one game in 2 years. He had to win in 6 next year. He's kind of that. DeBoer's kind of like that. He's got that kind of record. I mean, DeBoer's won like 20 top 20 ranked teams. If you rank top 25 teams, he's got over 20 wins. Hugh Freeze don't even have that many wins in his top 25 teams. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So y'all don't sell out.
Well, the board only lost 13 games in his life, and he was at Washington for a while.
Don't sell out on him. Just fire him. Don't do that. It's one game. It's one game.
And, really, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know that Alabama can't even possibly lose another one and still make this playoff.
I don't know, because the Vanderbilt counts, because they're going to lose a bunch of games. That's going to count like 2 losses. Because they're not. If Vandy runs the table, it'll look good. They say, well, the only game Bama lost was to like a Vandy team that won 8.
Yeah, right. It might be a Vandy team that won 5.
That's what's going to happen.
Or 6.
Because people's got film on them, they can watch them. They can see what they're going to do. And really, if Bama just would have played, they could have got out-stunted and out-coached in playing because they ran plays that nobody ever seen. But if Bama they could have made up for that difference. They lost by 5 and they played terrible.
On defense.
If Milroe don't get busted there at the end and fumble the ball and get sacked out, they probably win the darn game and sneak out of there with a win.
Yeah.
But they fumbled the ball and they did not play hard.
No, that's what shocked me. I think that's what so many people's upset about.
They're taking the wrong
guy. And that's
guy.
always going to come down to
why is Lawson trying to run across they had 2 guys on the pitch man sometimes. One time they had 3.
I did hear that he was the only one that played good.
Who?
Lawson.
No. You watched the wrong game.
I swear I read that.
Somebody
said the whole defense stunk except for Lawson.
No. He read the play. I know. Well, those shovel passes, he read it all wrong.
Upfield Overton too, yeah.
The best grade of the game was, besides Milroe, he played great.
He did, and everybody was talking about
80%. I mean,
Stephen A's talking about you don't lose to Vanderbilt, and I'm not sitting there like, God, you don't
their
know what
defense
you're talking
give
about.
Up 40.
He scored 35 and completed 80% of his passes.
He didn't have the ball. He had the ball for like 18 minutes a game. Was it 14?
He had 6 incompletions. One of them was tipped, and one of them was just dropped. And Williams just dropped that one ball.
The best grade out of the game by NFL grades was Proctor.
Oh, really?
He graded out to a 92.5 as a lineman.
Oh.
Like that's like super
good.
All right.
Let's go grab something.
Let's get out of here. We'll see y'all down at the Coach Rob Stadium. We'll be down there Friday. Good luck to everybody. Team Stratton Tigers, be safe. Headed up to old Pisgah. And everybody have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow night.
It's
going to be nice.
Club. Yeah.
It's going to be nice tomorrow. Probably take a jacket with you. They don't have on a sweater and a hoodie.
Oh, God, yeah.
He'll be frozen there. He may have the gloves on.
I get that.
I'll probably have on shorts and a pullover.
Yeah, I don't like any cold.
It's going to be.
But I like it that the cold weather's back.
It's going to be pretty nice Friday night.
I'm getting tired of the hot.
It's going to be nice football. For the guys that's going to be home on the field, it'll be pleasurable for them Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll go there and try out a Philly cheesesteak quesadilla, Dean.
All right. Sounds good to me.
We'll be at Beans and Greens probably about 5:30 doing autographs. So you want to come by.
We'll get per picture up there with Tyler Stovall. You know, he's on his pictures all over that place. The baseball player.
Yeah. We'll do pictures and autographs. Y'all come by. All right. See y'all.